All right, guys, I'm back today with an overview of a budget James Bond blaster. This is the Bersa 22, and it is absolutely awesome. It reminds me heavily of a Walther PPK, and this one is chambered in 22 long rifle with a threaded barrel from the factory. Now, I actually purchased this one used and took it out to the range and ran a lot of rounds through it. Now, I've tried to work with Bersa in the past, but some reason I can't get through to their marketing department. My emails go unanswered, so I said, heck, just going to go out, buy one, test it, see how it performs, and man, did I fall in love with this platform. Before I get too far into it, today's channel sponsor is, hey, my knife company, 704 Gear, and the brand new release of a few different knives now available on Amazon. This is the Hornet, and we also have the Fang version of this knife with a Tonto blade. They feature a coated D2 steel blade, as well as G10 handles, crossbar lock, and a completely reversible pocket clip. More information available on Amazon. You can just search 704 Tactical Knives, and we also have the website 704gear.com. But let's get back in the review of this handgun. I have been shooting Bersas now for well over 8 years. Ever since I started the channel looking for high value and budget firearms, Bersa always came up on the list, especially with the 380 version of the pistol you're looking at here. Now, the dimensions are going to be different, but the overall ergonomics and feature set are about the same. So when I saw this available in 22, especially 22 with a threaded barrel, I knew I had to get one. Bersa is always going to be a little bit more affordable than other guns in the same type of category, especially when it comes to this PPK-ish style pistol. I actually grabbed this one for sub $2, again used, but in fairly decent shape. Now, this is not going to be competing with other modern day pocket 22s like the LCP 22 or the Keltec P17. You're going to get a 10 round magazine and a more ergonomic kind of target pistol feel than some of those other handguns, and you're definitely going to have a lot of weight to this pistol. So for me, it's not going to be like a carry pistol or a personal defense 22. And I know even saying personal defense and 22 in the same sentence is controversial, but I've got so many videos on that topic. You'll have to defer to those to get my full understanding of what I think about 22 for personal defense for recoil-sensitive shooters. Getting back to the overview now, this one does have a magazine disconnect, so once that mag's out, the trigger cannot be operated. It also has a safety located on the slide itself, and to pull down actually decocks the firearm, and then you can put it back off. But again, this trigger is still disconnected. Now, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to triple check that it's unclear and show you guys the trigger. The single action on this is impeccable. You have a smooth take up, it hits a defined wall, and a crisp break. The double action is fairly smooth and long, and I know people are cringing in the comments section about me dry firing a 22. That's the last time I'm going to do it in this video. The sights themselves are fairly rudimentary, but a decent set of 3-dot sights. The hammer does have some nice texturing. If you were to decock the handgun and you do want to fire it in single action mode, that's the way to do it. You will, when you put it on full safety, decock the firearm. So when you flip it off, it's going to be automatically in double action mode. And again, like we discussed just a second ago, you'll have to cock it to get it back into single action mode, or you can just rack the slide and it stays in single action mode. Very self-explanatory. You do have that slide release located on the side. It definitely stays out of the way when you're shooting, but super easy to actuate that to chamber the next round. The mag release is right beside it. Sort of in an awkward position. Definitely have to break your grip to drop that mag. But again, this is not a personal defense pistol. This for me is definitely a range toy, as well as more of a target style 22 and a great suppressor host, and that's why I actually bought it. This is where I want to come in and talk about ammo selected, running this with a can on the end of it, and where I've been buying my 22, and that's from Target Sports USA, utilizing their Ammo Plus membership service. I've exclusively now bought my 22 for the past 6 months from Target Sports USA because they have the absolute cheapest prices on CCI, especially CCI, standard velocity, and mini mags. This gun was running bulk pack ammunition great, CCI standard velocity great, as well as mini mags fine. So reliability, it's definitely going to be above average for a 22. I believe I had one bobble in there with bulk pack ammo without a can. Once you add the can on the end with standard velocity ammo, this thing is silent. Just a nice suppressor hose setup, and it definitely gives you that James Bond feel down at the range. It's just a pretty awesome little 22 plinker. I can highly, highly, highly recommend this handgun. I can't stress it enough, especially at the price. Now remember, this is not trying to compete, or at least in my mind, it's not trying to compete with my Pocket LCP-22 camp gun or my Kel-Tec P17 that holds almost double the rounds that this one does in a smaller package. But what this does do is give you a fairly beefy 22 target style pistol that runs great suppressed and gives you those James Bond feels to plink around at the range with the can on the end. Again, Target Sports USA is where I got the ammo, and they are a huge supporter of the channel. They also have the Ammo Plus membership service, which gets you 8% off and free shipping with no order minimums. So if you do see a deal, you can grab just one box, still get that 8% and free shipping when you sign up. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.